of the NFL season, Week 17 is under.
Let's go. '43 is the mic, boys. 43. Check, 43. Come on, baby. Come on, let's go.
Here's the first carry for Tariq Cohen. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
A good passing down here. They send 3 receivers to the right of the formation on second down.
I'm coming after you. Kill. Ran, come. He's coming. Double up. He's coming, double up. Check 52. Slam. No.
They'll run on second down with Cohen, and he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. It's a first down on a gain of 10. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. First down, a run with Cohen. Room to run again. And he's got room. And he'll finally be taken down at the 2-yard line. A huge play there for Chicago. Give him 53 yards on the ground.
First and goal at the 2-yard line.
After the big play, a chance to finish now on first and goal.
Check. Switch. Check 3. Check 26. Check. Ran, come.
They'll run for it with Tariq Cohen, and that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
So they're backed up to the 3-yard line, second and goal. Now they'll throw it with Trubisky. And this is caught. For the moment, it's a touchdown, but multiple flags down, so let's sort this out. On third and goal, Trubisky. Pressure comes, and Trubisky goes down. Willie Henry able to record his 5th sack of the season.
And that's the kind of stand all defenses are seeking. Third and goal, backs against the wall, and they get a monster sack, and now they're going to force them into a field goal. For them, that's a win.
Well, after marching down the field, only getting 3 there, it kind of feels like a win for the defense.
And it does. They'll go to the sideline feeling a lot better that they didn't give up a touchdown after the march against them. But if I were the offense, I wouldn't hang my head over that one. That's a good drive, and 3 points were put on the board.
This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
Here we go.
Murray and the Cardinals with a 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line. The first carry now. This is Johnson. Despite a little sizzle on the move, he's still tackled shy of the 20. In on the stop, the former Georgia Bulldog, Roquan Smith. And we've got movement by one of the big boys up front for Arizona. Flag comes in. And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. 2nd down and long.
58, right over there, right over there. Yeah. Mike, 58, right there. I don't think you can go. Check 15, check 15.
Following the penalty, it's Johnson. Give him 9 there. They still need 6 more now on 3rd down.
On a 2nd and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation, they can still run the football and gain enough yardage to put themselves in a good spot on 3rd down.
Here's a 1st down throw that's complete. It's a gain of 11 and a Cardinal 1st down.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
On 2nd and 9, Murray steps away to his left. Complete. It's Johnson. And he will be out of bounds here on what will turn out to be the final play of this 1st quarter. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. The Bears bring out an extra defender in the secondary now for 3rd down. Fake handoff to Johnson. Now here's Murray. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's 4th down. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. A big kick there. We'll call it 56 yards on the punt. And it'll be 1st and 10 Bears from deep in their own territory. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. As we know, they had the chance last week, Charles, to lock up the division. Couldn't do it. Now it all comes down to the final week of the season. But once again, they control their destiny.
And that's a good thing, but I wonder about mindset, because you mentioned they had a chance to lock it up last week, didn't. Are they bringing extra pressure to themselves now? Even though they control their own destiny with a win, now because they didn't get it done before, will they be even tighter as they approach this game?
And right now fighting for every win possible to try to at least secure home field for the wild card and or divisional round. The tally there, -2 yards, brings up 3rd down.
Came out in a power set, but that only served to put more men in the box. And guess what? If you're going to do that, you've got to win up front, right? Your offensive guys have got to beat the defenders. They lost all leverage on that play.
43 is the mic. Hey, exit. 43 is the mic. 43 is the mic. Alert.
On 3rd down, Trubisky. And he's taken down. Back at his own 7. And they went empty backfield, and because of that, nobody was there to pick up the blitz.
And you know that offenses, when they go with the empty backfield, they have different things designed on every play to try to account for things. But what people often forget, defense is audible as well. And a lot of times when they see an empty backfield, they audible right into a blitzing situation.
Great blocking on the return. It springs him for 25. And the Cardinals, great field position to start this drive as they take over 1st and 10. Murray now on first down. Oh, he can't hang on. That was a dream chance for any D lineman to possibly get a pick. But instead it falls down incomplete. Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41. Murray's going to keep this himself on the RPO, escaping the pressure right. That ball complete to Isabella. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. Too far downfield, something those linemen have to watch out for, and that time it costs them. 2nd down, Murray sets to throw. Open man is Kirk, complete. 16 yards, a first down.
Christian Kirk. A gain of 16 yards. First down, Arizona.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Murray now on first down. This one caught by Isabella. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. A Cardinal first down on a gain of 13. Late in the season now, MVP chatter starts, and he might be on the fringe. This is always an award that goes quarterback, running back, usually quarterback. A lot of bias. Does he deserve consideration?
He more than deserves consideration because the way the game is played in the NFL now, it's a pass-first league, right?
Murray fighting, lost the football, and this is picked up by the Bears.
I know that taking care of the football is something that's drummed into every guy who plays this position, no matter what, whether he's running it, in the pocket, out of the pocket. But it's almost surprising to me that there aren't more fumbles by that position because of the way that they get attacked on each and every play.
Yeah, we had the fumble last week. Now here's 2 weeks in a row with a fumble loss.
Concentration has got to be there, and he's got to understand how much time he has to take care of a play. And maybe his clock is off just a little bit.
Check, 43.
They'll start things on first with Torrey Cohen. And he'll be hit and dropped for a loss at the 5-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down. Second quarter, 2 minutes remain. 3-0 our score. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend.
49, check 49, check 49. Shit. Alert.
On 2nd and 11 now, Trubisky. He completes this into the hands of Miller. And he's able to get this one all the way past the 30. That one good for 26 and a first down.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
They'll run on first down. Cohen. And he'll be tackled just past the 35 at the 36. Tackle made there by Budda Baker.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Hey, watch the leg. Smooth.
From the 36, Trubisky. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Chandler Jones make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. The Cardinals going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. After that sack we just saw, Trubisky and the Bears deal with a 3rd and long.
Watch twins. Showing up. Hey, ball. Watch the whip. Alert flare.
Now Trubisky on 3rd and long. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
Well, partner, they're not content to run this one out as we head towards the half, trying to hit a big chunk play right there and add to their score.
Yeah, this is a confident group. At the very least, they're thinking field goal.
Yeah, and I don't blame them one bit. I don't think you sit on the ball going into the half when you have a chance to put some more points on the board.
21 yards. Well done on the return. And the Cards will take over 1st and 10. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense as we grind toward the end of the season here, and they haven't had the season that they had hoped. So let me ask you to play GM. Where might they look to make some changes?
I think when you look into
the Red Sea parts, and there he goes. The 20. Touchdown, Cardinals. Andy Isabella, his 17th touchdown now on the season. And the Cardinals have taken the lead.
And while that touchdown does not give them an insurmountable lead, it's still a lead, and that always feels good to a team.
They'd love to take that into the lockers, but a little time left on that clock, so some work to do.
I like that. I like how you're guarding against a letdown there.
Marty looking forward.
Coaching them up from right up here in the booth.
Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And as these guys interplay in Week 17, we know one thing. They are playoff bound, but they want to win that division title. They told us that is a goal that's been posted in their locker room since day one. They've got the chance to control their own destiny.
And there's nothing more powerful than saying that you won the division, because I know from building a team, when I talk with all the GMs and the player personnel directors, they always talk about, to get to the playoffs in the NFL, you have to have a team that's constructed to win your division. Beat those teams first. That's your #1 path to getting there, and they can get that done in this game.
Watch the edge. Sponge. No. Hey, switch gears. Lock in.
Again on 2nd and 10, it's Trubisky. Pressure comes, and Trubisky goes down. Khalil Mack, what a season he continues to have, his 15th sack of the campaign. Now the Cards going to call another timeout, their second, as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
Hey, Haywood. 43's the mic. It's coming this way. Here we go. Switch. Dash. Go now.
Instead, they go empty backfield as they'll look to throw. And he's going to be brought down. Back at his own 6-yard line. And they're going to take a timeout defensively. So with 4th down coming up, they go ahead and burn it and say we'll see what happens. Here's Pat O'Donnell now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And a fair catch called for and made just inside the 35-yard line. And that's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before halftime. Try to get one more in here before the quarter breaks.
Better bring it straight. I'm letting you know right now, you better bring it. Shoot. Switch.
A final shot before half from Murray. Screenplay, Johnson. So we've come upon halftime here in Week 17. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, the final 2 quarters of the NFL regular season are upon us as the second half of Week 17 is underway. That's fielded in the end zone. There he goes, left side. Touchdown, Cardinals. From end zone to end zone, it's a 106-yard return. And the Cardinals push further out in front. And you've used the phrase with me before, pressing the kicking game. What exactly does that mean? Because they did it there.
It means focusing on it, all aspects of it, because it's the third part of the game. Offense, defense, special teams. If you press the kicking game, create an advantage, make a big play, it often leads to victory.
This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
Let's go. Let's go.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for him. And he's going to lose a yard or two, taken down behind the line. Chandler Jones in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. After that sack we just saw, Trubisky and the Bears deal with a 3rd and long.
Alert. Safety's creeping. Check safety.
Now Trubisky to throw. And he's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a first down. They say he was out of bounds, so a big call there that brings up 4th.
We're into the second half now, and this is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off. Pulled in at the 24. And he's loose again. And he will score. Touchdown, Cardinals. An impressive punt return of 76 yards. And the Cardinals push further out in front. Well, what a game for him. He hits for the return cycle, so to speak. He had the kick return. Now the harder part, just got the punt return for a touchdown.
And I would imagine that the special teams coach, as the ball left the punter's foot, he was thinking, should have kicked away from him.
Yeah.
Should have kicked away from him. He's in a groove, and sometimes you hit those grooves or those zones in a game, and he's in one now. He's in perfect sync with his teammates blocking, and he knows how to find the end zone.
So after surrendering the punt return for a score, let's see what they can do in turn on this kickoff. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
It is tough to complete passes against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against a zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
Not easy for any quarterback, no matter the situation, and there the defense won the battle. Now they'll run it with Cohen, and he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. A gain of 4 that time as the drive continues. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Now Trubisky, forced out to his left. Open man is Kroon, the tight end. The catch and run, good for 18 and a first down.
On any given pass play, you never know exactly where your exit points are going to be. And this play was flushed to his left, still on the run, able to accurately throw the football for a nice first down.
That's going to set him back 5 yards.
Red, top.
Trubisky gives to Cohen, and that play will go nowhere, losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. It'll be a loss of 1, and it'll make this a 2nd and long. Now it's Trubisky. And he almost intercepted it. They haven't picked a ball off yet. That probably should have been their first. And it's 3rd down now. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Alert, 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 alert. 23 is the mic. Guys, it's game situation. Let's go.
From the shotgun is Trubisky. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Chandler Jones has now recorded 10 sacks on the season.
Looks like another empty possession here, partner, and I don't think with 3 scores down in the 3rd quarter, they can truly afford any more the rest of the way.
No, especially the way their offense is sputtering. I think you're exactly right. They got to find some answers quickly. Only 29 yards on the punt there. Definitely not his best. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the 3rd quarter. Your 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Murray, throw left side, complete. That's Bird.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Set the tone, defense. Set the tone, defense. Let's go. Check. 22, check. Over. 22. Check. Quick. Ball trot.
To throw is Murray. And he fires one that's intercepted. Tre'Davious White with a pick. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line. They needed a break. They needed to make a play here in the 3rd quarter. Defensively, they did that. Now they got to go quickly and get some points on the board.
And the best part is that they made their own break. Taking the ball away. Now they just look at their offense and saying, guys,
let's go.
Come on, capitalize on this one.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. Now here's a pass on 1st down that's knocked away and incomplete. He was trying to hit Taylor Gabriel that time, and that'll bring up 2nd down. Here's Trubisky to throw. He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. 1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Bears on 3rd down. It's been a problem. Just 1 for 7 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. Out of the gun, Trubisky. And that will be incomplete. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
Now it's Trubisky. And this is going to be incomplete. The Bears tried it on 4th down, unable to convert. And the Cardinals will now take over with excellent field position. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Eddie Goldman with a sack.
Tremendous read and reaction by the defensive tackle. And frankly, partner, it's not that often the DTs have that type of easy access back to the quarterback. Never bought the play-action fake.
After the sack on first down, Murray buying time to his left. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. He'll end up getting 5 out of that, but now they're looking at third down.
I like his thought process and his ability to move and get downfield. But what I didn't like was the final decision, to go out of bounds. They want to keep the clock moving. Instead, they give the defense an extra timeout.
He's going to fire one deep over the middle. A 50-50 ball here, and it's intercepted. Tre'Davious White with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected? For the second week in a row, he's throwing it to the guys in the wrong color shirts.
Yeah, he better figure, whatever the reason is, he better figure it out. Throwing here, Trubisky, but he completes it to Cohen. And they'll get him down up past the 15. Mark that down as a pickup of 13, and the Bears have the first. On 1st and 10, it's Trubisky. Decent start to the drive, but let's face it, they need a lot of things to go right in a short amount of time, down 3 scores.
Yeah, they're going to run their 2-minute offense here in this game, but this is for future games. Can they get better and be ready for the next time, hopefully with a chance to win?
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Here's Trubisky. The attempt on the dive, and he has it. What a catch. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. The last play on the completion got them half of what they needed. Now here's a tough 3rd and 5. Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target. Incomplete. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden a secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
Trubisky will throw. He's going to have his running back. It's complete. And he's got the first as they'll bring him down at the 28-yard line. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
Oh, and this ball's tipped and intercepted. Picked off at the 38, and his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line. That's now his 2nd interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands. Andy Isabella was the intended target. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Murray now on first down. Dancing to his left. And he'll slide down to avoid the contact. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's 2nd down. To throw again on 2nd down. Murray. And he'll take this one in for the Arizona touchdown. Andy Isabella, his 2nd TD of the game and 18th of the year. And the Cardinals push further out in front. Rosas good with the extra point. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he's going to be out of bounds here right at the 20-yard line.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams...
Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 38. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line.
So many times we end a game, and as we're recapping it, we're talking about what offenses did and how they won the game. Let's flip this one over. The defense, they frustrated the offense the entire ball game. That's why they're walking out of here with a victory.
And they're going to love to walk out of here. And for a third time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off around the 37. And they will score a pick six for a Bears touchdown. Still an important piece of business to take care of, the extra point. And this is up and good. It cuts the lead to 28-10 now. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. That's fielded in the end zone. And they are going to finish this one off strong. It's a return touchdown to add on to their lead in the final stages.
Again, helping partner, I get fired up. 2 kickoff returns for touchdowns in the same game. This is fun to watch.
Yeah, we call a lot of games in a lot of different places. Sometimes it seems like we do it simultaneously, but we rarely get to see this. PAT up and good by Rosas. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. So let's try this again. After the kick return TD, here's yet another kickoff. That's fielded in the end zone. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. Looking for more there on first down, but this throw downfield incomplete. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts as they get it with under a minute to go now in the football game. They'll set up to throw. They'll find Miller. That's complete. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. Now the Bears going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this fourth quarter. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Alert, alert! Alert, alert!
Looking to throw again, Trubisky. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. 2nd down. Well, this secondary has done such a good job of frustrating these receivers tonight. Another example right there on the deep ball.
Sometimes when the sun goes down and it's just the bright lights in the stadium, there's a little extra spring in their step, doesn't it? And that's what we're seeing from the defenders. Doesn't matter what his man or zone. Deep ball, short ball. That was a deep one there. They're making plays on the football, contesting everything.
Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well.
yards to go.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Throwing once more, it's Trubisky. He's going to let it fly. Back of the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. They're going on 4th down. It's Trubisky. Flushed out right. He may try and run for this. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Cardinal defense is going to get the football back. So they tried to go for it for pride, but it really wouldn't have mattered. This one, it was already determined.
No doubt about it. This one was over a while ago.
3 bud, 3 bud, 3 bud.
That one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. The Cardinals going to use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Murray's going to look to throw this thing. That'll be incomplete with 9 seconds now showing on the clock. Andy Isabella was the intended target, and that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Fake handoff to Johnson. Now here's Murray. Pressure, and he's taken down. A Bear sack. And a timeout comes in. The whistles blow with 3 seconds remaining. And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th. They're going for it. It's Murray. Flush to his right. He's going to let this go deep, back over the middle. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off at the 28. And that will write a finish to this ball game. So it's a win here for the Arizona Cardinals, and they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half that put this one on ice.
So you get the sense that whatever was said at halftime obviously hit home. I think it's a little bit more than that, though. Obviously, there are words that are said, and, hey, come on, guys, we have to play better. But sometimes it's just sharpening your execution, sharpening your focus, and maybe doing the things you practiced all week without major adjustments, just doing them better, and that got it done in this one.
So for the Cardinals, it will wind up a .500 season as the win means they'll finish right at 8-8. And by just about all accounts, not the type of year they were hoping to have. Meanwhile, for Chicago, this might wind up being a tough pill to swallow as they're going to finish the season at 9-7. And as division champs, they will host a playoff game next week in the wild card round. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody.